Did you know that you can create some public domain fairy tales as your cliparts, such as The Three Little Pigs, Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, and so many others? The most important rule is that you can't copy Disney interpretation. So you need to do your own vibe. So here is some I created. So I am a Etsy seller. I sell AI on Etsy, and so far I did 34,000 sales and also 88,000 pounds in revenue. And this is some of my fairy tales that I created. As you can see, I took my own inspiration. So for example, this one is the Snow White and is a completely different interpretation from Disney. And now we're gonna create one together. So I'm gonna collect the Little Prince because this is actually a trend. So in my community, I provide Monday trends, and I just drop here the watercolor nursery Clipart Petite Prince that is for the Little Prince story. And now I'm gonna do with you this collection. So to start with, we need a prompt. I actually gave a prompt to all my community in my AI Clipart prompt library, which is this one. And it's this one that we will use. And to do some brainstorm, we're going to use my GPT, that is my Muse Lab. I actually have here inside as well, but I'm going to use the ChatGPT. So I have here my Muse Lab. You can create here, and it will give like some collections ideas, but I'm going to use the ChatGPT for this one. So this is my Muse Lab, is my bot that I created to help me brainstorm all my ideas. And all I'm going to do is just give exactly what I want, and it will give me all the ideas. So I'm going to choose number 2, and I'm going to give him the theme, my template, everything. So my theme is the Little Prince. Then the counts and the ideas I want. So I want 10 Little Prince. Keep always the same outfits. And here for consistency. Then I want 15 elements and can be 5 backgrounds. Okay, so then my prompt template is going to be the one I showed you previously. So it's this one. Okay, then 5 my palette. I want blue, yellow colors like the image attached, and I will give him an idea. And now I'm going to put here the story, Little Prince. And I'm going to take a print screen of this one, and I will just give to him so he knows the palette I was looking for. And now it will analyze. If it does that, a lot of times GPT is always doing this with his make my head. I just go back to my prompt and just say, do not create image, only prompts. And now it starts giving all the prompts. And next we go copy and paste to Midjourney. So now I'm going to start copy and paste every prompt and start generating all. Always copy and paste. You could use permutations as well, but sometimes when it's like a bit more descriptive, the prompt, I prefer just to keep sending like this. So I just copy and paste all the prompts here, and now it's time to see which ones we like and start downloading. So if you create now in here, you can just put like the little art, the one that you want to keep, so it is easier. This is my favorite step when doing clip arts, is like to see everything that was created and just choose. And sometimes it's so difficult because you just like all of them, but you just need to like be mindful and just pick the ones that are really perfect. Like I really love this one, but has like here a problem. So I'm gonna click in very subtle to see if it changes a bit and fix this one for us. So we are here. So now that we've decided all of them, we go to organize and click in liked, and I'm going to pick these ones. So we did 43, which is it's a nice, good spot for a collection for Etsy. And we're going to save all of them. And next step, what we're going to do is to upscale. Then we remove the backgrounds. So now to upscale off this image that we just downloaded, I'm going to use Topaz Gigapixel. So I'm going to put all of them here, and I'm going to do for the longest side 4000 at 300 dpi. And just click export. So our clip art is now all upscaled. Next, you're going to remove the background, and I'm going to use Pixel this time to do this job. So once it's all uploaded, you just click and remove the background. So after it's all removed, you can go check one by one. I actually recommend to make sure everything is perfect, and then you just download it all with the original quality and the same scale and just export everything. So now that every single image has been removed the background perfectly, we need to trim because what happened is there is always a lot of space around, and for this one is a lot of space around, so we want to trim these images. And I created a tool exactly for that inside of my tools hub that is the trim and resize, and it actually already changed the DPI, which is amazing. So all you need to do is just upload all of them. I will keep the 4000 longest side. I want the padding for 2%, and we'll click trim and resize Clipart. So this will go in all of them and just remove that padding around of each image. And then we will download and the image will be ready, trimmed at 4000 pixels in the longest side and also at 300 dpi. So I just trimmed all of them and I will just click download and it will download all the trimmed image as well as the image in 300 dpi. Okay, so here we have our last files. They are all ready. I will rename all of them for prints. Okay, perfect. And now we just need to do our thumbnail. And to do that, again, I'm going to use one of my tools that I have that is to create the grids. That is amazing. So I'm going to upload all of the images and it will create a grid for my listing for Etsy. So I will just put like that. I like to do 3 rows. Yeah, so it's perfect. Now I like to have all the princes together. So I will pick all the princes and push here so it's all okay. I actually might do 4 columns. Yeah, I'm gonna do that way. So I'm gonna download again. So next we go to Canva to finalize everything. In Canva, I already upload all the clip art as well as the grid. So this is my clip art listing. I have several templates. I actually give all of these to all the members that are in my community so they can just jump in and start straight away. So I'm gonna go with this one. So this one is a previously one that I did. So I'm gonna put here little prints watercolor. It is 40. So it's 39 files. And now we just need to create a thumbnail like we are telling a story. So I'm gonna put this one here. So the thumbnail is all done. It is like telling the story. It's not too empty and not too busy. And then next, what I do is just the grid that we created. I just place here. So it saves so much time instead of doing like one by one. And interchange this. And I have always been here just showing that it is a transparent background. So it's just another spot to put another 2 images. And it is all ready. And if you want to go one extra step ahead, I like to create some mockups with that. So I use Mockup, that is a software to create mockups with AI for your products in seconds. And it will speed up so much your process. So I always like to do some wall art. So I'm going to put here 1624. And now I will just select some that I like. So it can be this one. Then I add another one. Okay. Then I'll put the theme. So it's like a baby door. And I'm going to put here in a baby room above a crib. And I will just select 2 and just generate. You can also do some other stuff like cutouts or a t-shirt, anything. But normally I do a wall art, I do a cutout. So in printables, you just put party cutout. Just select one. Let me see. Maybe this one. So I'm going to put here a birthday. I'm going to do outdoor. Just do 2. Because I like to compare. And because sometimes the eye, it just can create some mistakes. And if you can also do a t-shirt, but I normally do this, or for example, I do an invite. For example, this one I create like an invite with the invites tool that we have here. And then I just did a mockup to show my clip art in action. So here it is. So I love this one and this one as well. So then I just add these ones together with all my image listing and will be perfect. If you enjoyed this little create with me video, you should join my community where I do this all the time. I have a full lesson course about how to do research, how to create your Clipart, and in several AI tools, not just Midjourney, but I have like a big course about Midjourney, but all the others, how to clean and package all your Clipart, how to actually sell on Etsy, how to do your thumbnails. Yeah, I give you everything so you can just start straight away. You have a class about Etsy ads, and this is the Create With Me. So Create With Me is like exactly what we did now with you, where I go in detail and I show every single different type of clip art, and you just watch over the shoulder every single step I do. You have guides tools, you have a clip art vault, you have a monthly QA, and the most excited is you have access to these all amazing tools that I created, and also your workflow. So you can just organize all in your ideas so you never lose the track of anything. So if you want to give a try, you can join now. Currently, I'm doing a free trial, and you can just test for 7 days.